Welcome to a deep dive into the prosecution's playbook for the third and final Fatty Arbuckle murder trial. The Arbuckle scandal centers on a party in Suite 212 of the St. Francis Hotel. Attendees included Arbuckle and the victim, Virginia Rappy. The autopsy detailed a torn uterus, leading to peritonitis. Modern experts, however, suggest peritonitis can result from abdominal trauma, and sexual assault is not the only potential cause. The prosecution pursued first-degree murder, avoiding a manslaughter loophole. The Hollywood scandal era fueled a desire for policing, which the district attorney leveraged for political benefit. The prosecution theorized Arbuckle silenced Rappy to avoid scandal. They claimed he was the only male with unrestricted suite access, and a violent sexual act caused Rappy's internal injuries. The murder narrative suggests Arbuckle feared a career-ending scandal. The prosecution claimed a violent sexual act was the means, causing internal injuries that led to death. Mary, the hotel maid, was the first to notice Rappy's illness. Her testimony established the onset of symptoms, including coughing and stomach pain, occurred inside the suite. Bellhop John testified he heard a woman scream around 2 a.m., followed immediately by a distinct thud. This provided an important audio cue for the alleged assault. Dr. Slaughter conducted the original autopsy, stating the victim's uterus was completely ruptured. He concluded the rupture was not spontaneous, but caused by force, linking the death to violent trauma. Dr. Slaughter's autopsy revealed a completely ruptured uterus. He maintained this rupture was non-spontaneous and directly linked the death to violent trauma. Waiter James observed Arbuckle, leaving the hotel with a large leather satchel bag. The waiter had never seen Rappy with a similar bag, suggesting Arbuckle may have concealed evidence. The waiter's testimony detailed Arbuckle carrying a large leather satchel upon leaving the hotel. Since Rappy was never seen with this bag, the prosecution suggested Arbuckle concealed evidence. The prosecution presented a chronological narrative to the jury, portraying Rappy as an innocent victim. They accused Arbuckle of calculated murder and argued his fame shouldn't prevent accountability. The prosecution outlined the night as betrayal and cover-up, claiming an unbreakable chain of evidence pointed to Arbuckle's guilt. The defense countered with a narrative suggesting Rapp was ill prior to the party. The prosecution countered the defense, arguing that spontaneous rupture was rare. They also noted the bellhop's testimony was corroborated, and Arbuckle's fear of scandal suggested premeditation. 3 trials were held due to hung juries. The first 2 trials resulted in a hung jury, but the third jury acquitted Arbuckle of all charges. The jury issued an official apology statement. 3 separate trials were necessary because of hung juries. The final jury acquitted Arbuckle and issued an official apology statement, citing a gross injustice. The jury's official apology followed the acquittal, stating that simply acquitting Arbuckle was insufficient. The evidence presented showed his complete innocence. The prosecution team required 3 trials due to hung juries. They maintained the same murder narrative, arguing Arbuckle's fear of scandal drove him to murder. The prosecution emphasized the bellhop's scream testimony and the autopsy findings. Their evidence focused on Arbuckle's unrestricted access to the suite.